Welcome everyone to Block by Block Japan. In this video I will show you some progress that I made with my Japanese city in Minecraft. This is also my first video ever with commentary, so if it's terrible, I do apologize. Let's begin. This building here is the first building I put on the map, and it's heavily inspired by the language school Arc Academy, which you will find in the district Namba in Osaka. This district I used to live in around 2014 to 2015, studying Japanese at this very school, and I loved it. This is also why I'm building this area, because it's very close to me. For those who don't know, the Namba district is a entertainment business district with a lot of restaurants, a lot of stores, a huge mall called Namba Parks, which you have over here. It's almost not even started to build this one, but yeah, I will show you the station and the building here in another video. I want to focus more on the district here that I've almost completed. I think I will start with building the area around the station, filling it up around it, and then we will see. It would be really awesome to merge Tokyo with Osaka, because I don't really want to make a copy of something. I just want to be inspired and putting in my own buildings. Like you can see here, this street is not really a copy of the street in Namba, but I use Google Map a lot, looking at buildings and then just put them in where they may fit. And I think the result is turning out pretty great. Some people ask me what texture pack I'm using, and I'm using my own. I'm making my own texture pack because I really want to custom made this map. And for me to do that, I have to make my own textures. And and no mods. I'm building this for hand, or as in English, by hand. I use a lot of commands, mostly fill, because like replacing the grass here with the street texture, I use fill from that point over there. It would take too much time to just first erase it and then putting in the block. This goes for the very, very, very tall buildings also. I use fill there. But with these type of buildings, I use mostly just building block by block by block. And yeah. Here we have a small sushi restaurant. Sushi Dai, maybe. It's the kanji for sushi and big. And yeah, if you have studied Japanese, you know that the kanji here for big can be pronounced O, and it can be pronounced Dai. So Sushi Dai, perhaps. I also made an interior, a very, very small one. And this is kind of the goal with this project. I want to put in as much detail as I can. Of course, I want a huge city. I want to get lost in it. But it's so much fun walking around the street, having to see something different, not just everything look the same. Of course, you only have this amount of textures that you can use, but you can use it in so many different ways. sometimes I use the wall, and sometimes I use the wall textures as floors. The only thing you have to think about is not really using them next, what you say, side by side, because then it can look a little bit weird. But as here you have this texture which you can also use as a building, but works pretty great as a floor. And doing that gives this map a lot of detail, I think. And for putting in some more detail, and this I think is a furnace, and this one I forgot, but putting them together like this makes a great, in Japanese called Jiro Hanbaiki, a vending machine. And if you know anything about Japan, you see vending machines everywhere. I'm working on putting in a blue one. I tried it with some texture, with some blocks that I forgot the name, but it doesn't really work, so I have to figure it out. And this is a painting, of course, just changing the motive to something Japanese, like these two. I think this building in real life is a huge gaming building. I like the design. If we don't go in, oh, I fell down in the street. Somebody have to call. Yeah, me. Trying not to go into the station yet. As I said, I want to show you that in another video. But we have here a kind of fast food restaurant called Yoshinoya. That I want to show you because I'm really pleased with this one. And I use invisible item frames and replacing the texture of food and so on, armor, with whatever you want. And this is like Yoshinoya menus and Yoshinoya commercials, putting in a little bit extra detail to it. And here is what I mean about using the same texture over and over again, but in different places. So this texture is a wool texture, and wool can give you carpet. And these are ventilations, huge ventilations into the station. But if you use it with a carpet, it can be what you call it in English, a frying board. That's probably not right, but I think you get what I mean. And I'm stuck. Yeah, vending machines everywhere. So if we take a little flight, I think the sun will go down soon. This game is absolutely gorgeous in nighttime, especially in evening. We can walk down here in this, well, I think it's a kind of a car rental service area, store. But I haven't really figured out how to make cars here. I'm not really sure if I want to make cars. It would be fun to have some cars standing here in this parking area. But yeah, maybe in the future. Coming up to, of course, apartment building with a small restaurant that is closed, apparently. looking out in the vast emptiness. Also very common for Japanese cities, a lot of area, of course. I'm kidding. There is no free space in Japan. It's buildings everywhere. And another thing that I love about modern architecture in Japan, that is, you can have these small buildings here, kind of small buildings. This is a tiny building, and this is a small building, a medium-sized apartment block. And then in the middle, you just put in a huge, huge apartment. It's like they don't have a plan. They just, here is space, let's build. And the area is really expensive, so we build it on the height. Yeah, and of course, something that Japan have a lot of, it's not only the Jiro Hanbaiki, it's the vending machines. It's a lot of air conditioning. And these are actually bone blocks because they have what you call a texture on one side and another texture on the other side. So a front and sides, so they are excellent to turn into like a air conditioning unit. That's something you have to be careful using your blocks by the best way possible, like these. What you call them, glazed something, and they turn in the direction you stand. So these are excellent to put like this. What you call it? Painting, telling you can park your bicycle there. And if you want it on the other side of the street, you get it in this direction, which is great. Another thing is replacing the lanterns. Nowadays there are like 3-4 lanterns, so let's change it up. This is a sea lantern, and I'm using like the glowstone for interior, a lot of interior, and also billboards. I'm not really pleased with this billboard. I think I will change it to something, let's see. I'm not really sure yet, but something. And I think this will be the end of the tour of this video. I hope it was not too messy and my rambling was at a minimum. Just telling you very important details. So if you like this map, or actually if you like this video and you want to see more, please subscribe and like, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.